today is the seventh sessions of IELTS, and we are at question number 11, listening 19. This is, we completed question 1 to 5 yesterday, and we will continue from here. Okay, question 1. If you can hear me, Hamza, you can give me thumbs up in the chat box so that I know that you are getting it. Question 1 to 5, it says, complete the summary below, write no more than 3 words and or a number for each answer. We did it yesterday. I will play the listening one more time. This was something we completed yesterday. Question 1 to 5. Taxis are also available, but they are not air conditioned. We stopped at air conditioned, question number 5. Now we will look at question number 6 to 10. We will look at question number 6 to 10, and it says, label the plan, choose 5 answers from the box and write the letter A to H next to question 6 to 10. Hillside Water Park. A, lifeguard hut. B, parent viewing area. First aid center. Sunbathing area. And E, poolside bar. And F is coach park. And G, pay kiosk. H, adult pool. If you look at the map here, we discussed yesterday how to study the map. You have here like the directions, east, west, north, and south. Okay, so if you see here, if you look at the entrance, it's like you take some steps here, and then you enter in this park, this Hillside Park. And on your right, there is a gift shop. If you keep going, there are a number of trees here. And then there are like red color umbrellas. It means maybe this is a place where people sun bath or like they sit here or relax. Then there is something, number 8. You will listen and write something here. Then number 7, there are lots of trees. This building is covered with trees. So this might be helpful for us to understand. And at number 10, this is another building which is close to water slides. You see water slides are also there. But if from the entrance, if you go left, you will go right away towards the changing room. And changing room is on your left. Gift shop is on your right. So what I will do now, I'll be playing the listening. So please focus and complete question number 6 to 10. And you have options from A to H. So the only thing is you will tell what is number 7. It starts from 7. Then what is number 8, number 9. No, there is 6 as well. Starting from 6, it's very close to entrance. It's like outside the park. So starting from 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the options are, you have lifeguard hut, parent view area, first aid center, sunbathing area, poolside bar, coach park, pay kiosk, or adult pool. Pay kiosk is a place where you pay money and you buy something like coffee or sandwiches or something like that. So these are the options, the options from A to H, and you will write down as per the number is given. So I'll play the listening now. So it says here the entrance, and then there is a pay kiosk where you can purchase different things. Okay, so some of you have already answered. If you got the answer, please share in the chat box. Number 6. Hamza says number 6 is F. That's right. Number 6 is F. It's here. And number 7 is A. That's right, Hamza. Number 7 is A. And number 8 is D. Yes, it's D here. And number 9 goes with the H. Okay. Yes, that's right. So H here. And 10C. So here we get the answers of these questions. Okay, so one more time. 6F, 7A, 8D, 9H, and 10C. Okay, after this was actually the end of this exercise, and we have listening 5 after this. That's different listening, and I need someone who can just help me to continue reading this. Here we will find the main ideas of different listening. It's like identifying the main ideas of something. Okay, so it's like Hamza is raising hand. Yes, Hamza, you can help me reading this text, and we will be answering different questions.
Identifying main ideas, what the speakers are talking about. To follow what people are saying, you need to able to identify the main ideas and separate these in your mind from the supporting details, and understanding the main idea help us to follow the speaker's argument.
Yeah, I mean, here in this text, we are going to find the main ideas or the gist of the text, or what is something the speaker is talking about. Okay. After that, the next, yes, please continue.
Around the topic, work with the partner, look at the statements A to F and say whether you agree or disagree with them. Together make a list under the headings for and against to show some different viewpoints. An example has been done for you.
Anis, do you think people should have to stay at school until the age of 18?
Hello, Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. What do you think? Do you think people should stay at school until the age of 18?
Sir, the student at school that I think in 15 years, age of
Okay.
15.
But do you think they should stay another 2-3 years in school?
No, sir.
You think they shouldn't stay? It's not good for the students
Yeah,
staying in school too long.
it's too long, it's too late. Sir.
It's too late. Thank you, Anis.
Thank
Once
you.
you finish talking, you can keep yourself muted. Mariam, it is a question C. Newspapers are old-fashioned and serve no purpose in today's world of electronic media. Do you agree?
Yes, to some extent, I agree with them. Like, as technology is so advanced that we have the news on our mobiles and all the TVs and screens, and it's very quick. Instead of you should wait for the newspaper, it will come the next day, and you have to wait for the whole day, and you can read the same news next day. But if we talk about the social media, so we can the things happen at the same moment. You can hear about that, and you can know about that. But if we see this newspaper also has its own importance, like this will help you in reading and all that things. But as we have old our grandparents at home, they are used to of using newspapers, so this is good. But yes, social media is taking place of these newspapers.
All right. The next one is, and there is another person called Aruna. All members of a society should have the right to free health care. Do you think that's the right way, that all the people in the society should have free health services? Mean they should be treated in hospitals or at different places like free without any charge? Okay. Mohammed Mansha wants to respond. Yes, Mohammed.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is the responsibility of government to provide as every citizen charity, because
Oh,
every individual pay tax to the government. So it is necessary to the government should have to facilitate the every citizen for healthcare facilities.
okay. So you think it would be a great initiative if the government gives all the citizens free health services, free health treatment. They can go to any hospital. They can be treated for any kind of problem or for anything.
Yes.
All right. The next one is E. It says nuclear power stations provide a clean and efficient source of energy compared with burning coal or oil. So what do you think? Is there any other person? We have less number of participants today with us. Is there any other person who didn't answer before and would like to respond? Maybe Zishan. Zishan is quite a regular participant. Zishan, would you like to respond?
Than oil and coal, because coal provides too much smoke, and also oil is going to be run out in about 200 years, something like that. But nuclear power plant have also too much problems, like they provide us radioactive materials which are too much dangerous from the other than coal and oil.
Right,
So, but
right.
it is more efficient than coal and oil, because we need to very less raw material for the energy.
And the coal and the oil, like especially coal, it has it's not good for our environment. It creates a lot of pollution or other problems, air pollution or stuff like that. So better if we move on towards nuclear power stations or nuclear different sources of energy. All right, we'll move on. The next one is, it makes good sense for private companies to fund the buildings of highways and then charge a fee for motorists to use them. This is very common in your country, the country where you are living now, that the private companies or the government, they make buildings and highways and motorways and the roads, and then they charge money, like every time you use the road, they charge some money from you. So Sajjad, would you like to respond? Do you think this is a good practice?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalam. Yes, please.
Sir, I think this is not good, because one of our motorway is made by Nawaz Sharif in 1996, and we were pay into 2020. So I think this is not good for the people of Pakistan. So if the government made highways, motorways, and etc. these things, they have no rights to take a tax from us.
So, like, it shouldn't be. The place where I live, we travel like sometime 1,500 kilometers, or sometimes even 2,000 kilometers within the country. But there is no place, or there is no point where they stop you and they ask you that you pay this amount of money because you are using the road. But if I remember, like last summer, I was there in these northern areas and it's like motorway places. After like some hours, or like after like some kilometers, they keep asking you to pay this amount of money or that amount of money. To some extent, I believe it's a burden on the people. So I
Yes, sir.
think government should fund this one, not the people.
Exactly, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
What
here
is
is
that money called when people stop at the places and pay? What is that money called?
what's the
When you stop at they stop you and on the road and they ask you to pay money. What
interchange,
is
sir?
that money called? What is that payment called?
I don't know, sir. But the
Is there
Toll
place
any
is
plaza.
specific name you can write down in the chat box? Or if you know, when you, especially when you go to the general roads or they stop you and ask you for like a small amount of money, what is that money called? Oh, someone is writing here. Okay, yes, that's right. That's right. In some people pronounce it as tool tax. It's not tool tax, it's toll tax. Toll is a kind of tax which we pay when you use the road, but it's not toll, it's toll. There are like different toll places where they stop you and they charge money from you. So now here you have different opinions, you have ideas against you, against your point, or you have ideas in the favor of that. So there is no right and wrong. Whatever you want to answer, you can. For example, here it says, for, mean in the favor, everyone has the right to good education. So not just for wealthy people. So education should be free. Against, if universities are free, too many students are encouraged to go when other forms of training might suit them better. So they says no, education should not be free. The next thing is the state has a duty to provide free university education by giving funding for free. Another example is well-educated citizens make good citizens. And the other against idea is if you pay for something, you value it more highly. And if you pay money and you study in the university, you will take it more seriously. But if you study for free in the universities or colleges, some people may not take it seriously. So these are like different kind of opinions. Uh, Both are right as long as you speak proper English. There is no problem. You can write whatever you want. Look at the listening 5. Now you will find that this is a different kind of listening and it's getting slightly difficult. It says here, listening 5, you are going to hear 6 short conversations based on the topics on the previous page. The topics are the same which we have discussed about um, university education should be free, health services should be provided to everyone, then government should not charge like as a toll tax, the same topics. But now you're going to listen these conversations. So the first thing you will notice what the topic is. Okay, so here number 1, the cost of university education is the topic, and number and type of speakers 2, 1 man and 1 woman. So that's the first one. Second thing you will notice how many speakers are there in each conversation. The first one has been done for you. Now we have already discussed the different topics. So I want you to just quickly draw these columns in your work, in your notebook, and I will be playing the listening in 20 seconds. Just get ready. I will be playing the listening. So just write it down in the same way. First, conversation 1, it's already done. Then conversation 2, you will write what is the topic very briefly. And then number of speakers and how many men, how many women. 10 seconds more, gentlemen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here I will take you back to the passages here. So you can see which one is he talking about. Is it A, B, C, D, E, or F? Okay, one is already done. So you can just write the letter. Okay. Oh, someone is saying all members of a society should have the right to free health care. So it's D. Okay, after that, I want you to tell me what is the topic? The topic of the discussion. What is the topic? Can I have someone who has answered? Okay, two speakers, one man, one girl. Okay, you can say one woman and one man, and two speakers, and the topic is cost of health care. Yes, cost of health care or health care treatment. It can be either way. Okay, so okay, so number 2 is D, cost of health care, cost of health care, and number of speakers 2, one woman and one man. Please continue listening. We'll move on to number 3. Okay, so here it's E. You have already answered. And tell me, what is the topic? What is the topic? Just like 2-3 words. The topic, yes, the topic is nuclear energy or alternative source of energy. That's right. And number of speakers, 3 speakers. Yes, that's right. 3 speakers, 2 men and 1 woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Please continue. Okay, so here, this is number 4. It's B. Yes, that's right. What is the topic? School leaving age or age to leave school, the right age to leave school, and number of speakers 3, 2 women, 1 man. 2 women and 1 man. Age of school, okay, school leaving age. Age of school, not age of school, age of school leaving, okay. Education policy for teenagers, that sounds okay. A debate at school leaving age, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, continue, please. Okay, so here, this is number 5, F, that's right. Muhammad Mansha, you're right. Number 5 is F. Speakers. The topic, private funding and text. Funding for highways. It's mainly talking about highways. So you can say funding for highways. And number of speakers. Debate on private funding, that's right. Arij says yes. No, you are not getting number of speakers. Number of speakers, 3. It's 2 women and 1 man. 2 women and 1 man. Number 6, continue, please. Okay, so this is the last part. Number 6, C, that's right. And the topic is future of newspaper. Not newspaper survey. A future debate about newspaper, future of newspaper, and number of speakers, 3 speakers. Hamza says 3. Yes, 1 man and 2 women. 3 speakers, 1 man, 2 women. And it's C, future of newspaper. Okay, now I want someone who can help me to continue reading the next question. Okay, this one is completed. We'll move on to this part of the listening. It says, IELTS listening test practice, short answer questions. Here you will answer, you will have like short answers questions. Can I have someone who can assist me in reading this? Mariam is raising hand. Okay, yes, please go ahead.
You may have answered some of the questions with short answers. There are two types of short answers questions using in IELTS listening. Type 1, a question requiring an answer of no more than 3 words for 1 mark, and type 2, an instruction to mark a list of things each for 1 mark. Number 3, read question 1 to 6 below and underline the keywords which tell you which type of answer you should write. Say what you expect to hear. The first one has been done for an example. Number 4,
Okay.
now listen to the recording again and answer question 1 to 6.
Okay.
Write no more than 3 words for each answer. And question number 1, according to the women, what type of education should be free today? Expect to hear something about funding for different types of education. Question number 2, according to the man, who is working too hard in the National Health Service? Question number 3, what form of energy does the woman recommended? Question number 4, name 2 trades mentioned by the man. Number 5, name 2 countries where you pay the use of roads. And number 6, what has replaced newspaper for many young people?
We have already read this one. We already have heard this one. So it looks like some of the answers are quite easy. You already know. Like, for example, look at number 1. According to the woman, what type of education should be free today? Okay, you can, if you remember, she said something. So you need to write the answer for this question. Number 2, according to the man, who is working too hard in the National Health Service? Number 3, what form of energy does the woman recommend? Number 4, name 2 trades mentioned by the man. Okay, number 5, name 2 countries where you pay to use the roads. Yes, some of your answers are yes, you're getting it. Last one, what has replaced newspaper for many young people? I will play the listening one more time, and I want you to answer question 1 to 6. So what do you think she says that according to the woman, what type of education should be free today? Secondary education or secondary schooling? That's right. So your answer is secondary education or secondary schooling. Please write it down and go to the next one.
As a medical student, how do you feel about the idea of private healthcare?
I'm really against it. I think it's everybody's basic right to receive free medical treatment.
Yes, but look at the mess the National Health Service is in here. The hospitals are overcrowded, the young doctors are doing 16-hour shifts. It's exploitation.
Yes, but at least we have a health service.
Well, I think basic treatment should be available in public hospitals, but if people have the money, they should also be able to have private treatment.
Okay, so here, what has replaced newspapers for many young people? Says internet. Yes, that's right, internet. The answer is internet. Look at question number 5. I'm happy the way you all are proceeding. I think most of you are getting how we proceed, how we answer, how we make predictions, and how we reach to the conclusions. This is a kind of practice. All these techniques will come to you through practice. Okay, so we will look at question 5, listening 21. You are going to hear 2 more short conversations. Listen and answer questions 1 and 2. It's a continuation of the same thing. And I give you 30 seconds. I will not explain. I give you 30 seconds to look at question 1 and 2 and answer. After 30 seconds, I will play the listening. And I just want you to, for 30 seconds, look at question 1 and 2. I'm sorry, I forgot to show you the screen. So now you can see, you are going to hear 2 more short conversations. Listen and answer questions 1 and 2. Choose the correct letter A, B, or C. Number 1, what pleased the tutor about Jamie's composition? A, it was well researched. B, it was neatly presented. C, it included plenty of data. Number 2, How will the tutor make sure that the students work on relevant topics? A, by asking them to get together to discuss their choices. B, by talking to each student individually. C, by handing out a list of topics to the class. So I'll be playing the listening now. Please listen and choose the right answer. Okay. So number one, it says, what pleased the tutor about Jamie's composition? I mean, Jamie presented his writing to the professor, and professor gave certain recommendations, but he liked something very much. What was that? It was well researched? It had lots of information, lots of data, evidences, examples, and all that. It was neatly presented. It was like organization was great. Presentation was very nice. And C, it included plenty of data. Okay? So what is something the professor liked? It's number two. How will the tutor make sure that the students work on relevant topics? Mean he wants to give them a topic. So the difference says, one female student says that you can give us the list of the topics and we can choose one. But he says, A, by asking them to get together to discuss their choices, mean they can get together and they can decide their topics. B, by talking to each student individually, by handing out a list of topics to the class. B says that every individual student should meet the professor and should discuss the topic. C, there should be a list of the topics and you can choose the one from that list. So let's say number one. The answer is, C, and Arid, you are quite right. Number one is C and number two is B. Number two is B. By talking to each student individually. And C, it included plenty of data, lots of research work, lots of information, and that is something that the professor liked it. Okay, now we move on to the next question here. That is listening number 22. It says here, I'm reading from question 9. Question number 9. Okay, question number 9 is here. Let me just see here. Number 9. It's not writing. Yeah, it's coming now. Number 9 is here. Read the question and all the topics A to F carefully before you listen to the recording. Make sure you understand what you have to do and then rephrase the advantages 1 to 3 in your own words. Number 10, listen and answer questions 1 to 3. We have done enough practice now. I expect that you get it. Okay, see here, which course has the following advantages? Choose 3 answers from the box and write the correct letter A to F next to questions 1 to 3. I mean, here you have the courses. You have art, you have computing, you have density, you have medicine, and you have science. Art, you know art. Computing is another subject. And dentistry is from, like, you want to be a dentist. Okay, and then medicine, and the last one is science. And advantages, good work prospects, mean you have good future work prospects. You will get job in future. Wide range of career options. It has different kinds of options in the career options. Next one, lower entry requirements. When you enter in this course, the requirement is very little. There's nothing much required. Okay, so I'll play the listening, see how well you can do here. Yes, I'm just, I got the answer from, yeah, 1C, no, oh, sorry, 1E, good work prospects, it's E, medicine, you will, she says she will be employed quite quickly, so it's E. Number 2, wide range of career options, it's D, law. He says I don't need to be only a lawyer, I can do different things. There are so many other options if you do law, wide range of career options. And the last thing, lower entry requirements. He wants to study arts because it has very little entry requirements. You can study languages or art, like humanities, or all these subjects like English literature or any other kind of literature or humanities. You know? So it's number 1 is E, number 2 is D, and number 3 is A. We'll move on. There is another question here. I want someone who can just help me to read these questions so that we can answer. Can I find someone else this time who can, if Arij is, there is a student called Arij, can you just unmute yourself and help me to read this question, please? We can start from number 11. Read the questions below to decide what the topic is and note the layout of the questions. Is that vehicle 1? Number 12, rephrase the options in A to G in your own words, and then listen and answer questions 1 to 4. Okay. Choose 4 answers from the box and write the correct letters A to G next to question 1 and 4. Now he is telling you about different cars. So you have to figure out which car is he talking about. Number 1, which car? Like common vehicle defects and problems. A, it has limited color range. B, hidden costs. C, high fuel consumption. D, lack of leg room. E, poor road holding. F, poor visibility. And G, slow acceleration. Okay. Is there anyone who can just rephrase these defects to me from A to G? Okay, Hamza?
Yes, sir.
Hamza, can you explain from A, limited, for example, we didn't listen the recording. It says A, limited color range. What do you get from this sentence?
It means we might have a few color ranges in that vehicle, maybe white or black, only a few, not
Okay,
more than that.
okay.
And
The second one, B, hidden costs.
and that is because it may have a taxes, a few taxes that may be hidden, or insurance fee or something like that. That
Okay,
is not
second,
shown in
next one. Next one.
It the third vehicle may use high fuel, more fuel.
It consumes more fuel. It consumes more petrol, right?
Lack of leg room means it's congested.
I mean, the place is not, it's not spacious. When you sit, you don't have enough space.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next one.
Poor road holding, it means it didn't, it may not grip very well on road.
Okay, it's like bumping on the road. It doesn't have strong road grip. It doesn't stay on the road all the time.
Yes, sir. And poor
Okay.
visibility. Maybe the screen is small or.
I mean, the windscreen is not okay. There is like a poor visibility. You cannot see far ahead, or there is a problem with the vision when you sit inside the car. You cannot see very well outside. Okay, and the next one?
Slow acceleration means the speed at which the car moves is slow.
Oh, like
Low.
the energy, the power, the acceleration, it's very slow, it's very limited, it's not much. Okay, so let's see what the listening says and we will write the answers. Okay, so I'm sure you got the answers now. Can you share your answer? Anyone can unmute and share the answers with me. Yeah, Anis, can you unmute yourself and I can speak with you?
Okay, sir.
Anis,
Sir,
number one, vehicle one, you say the answer is, what is the answer?
actually, sir, I got the last two answers, the third number and number 4, vehicle 4.
Okay, so you say vehicle 4 is F. How did you
Yes.
find the answer? That's the right answer. But can you tell me what was he talking about?
Sir, in the car, this is a defect that visibility problem. There's no mirror, the back.
Oh,
You
when
can,
when you see from the back side, not the front mirror, front view. This like rear view, back view.
back view, yeah.
Yeah,
In the reverse,
it has poor visibility. Yeah, that's the right answer. And the second answer you said, number 3 is B, right?
yeah, sir.
Yeah, that's also
So,
right. But what do you mean by hidden costs?
Sir, I forget, but they tell about some cost. There is, I think, air condition cost, and that is
Yeah, I
not.
mean, some companies, when you buy the car, this is like very basic facilities. And then they ask you, okay, you can add a stereo, you can add an AC, you can add another like gadget, or you can another accessory. So that adds extra cost to your car. So that is like a hidden cost. Okay.
Yeah, sir, that's
Okay.
why I understand
Oh,
that there is
okay.
a B.
So you got number 4. Number 4, you say that your answer number 4 is
Poor
F.
visibility.
Yes, it's F, right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so number 4 is F, and number 3 you say it's B. That's clear. And now look at vehicle number 2. Number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, yeah, sir, I did not answer that. Maybe Muhammad Zishan or Manshan can.
Okay. Number 2 is high fuel consumption. Okay. Okay, someone wants to say yes, please. Okay, number 2 is C. It has high fuel consumption. Okay, and number 1 is D. It's like lack of leg room, but in the listening it says it's cramped. Cramped mean it's very small. There is not enough space. So number 2 is C. Number 2 is C, and number 1 is D. Number 1 is D. Someone is saying, please explain vehicle 2. Okay. Passengers complain that it's cramped. Cramped mean it has very little space. So here we have the option lack of leg room. So the answer is D. That's number 1. Number 2, we list number 2 now. It says the first one, like it was cramped. After that, it says, let me read the listing, but not the car for tall people. And the next one, well, by contrast, when I come to petrol consumption, vehicle 2 proved far from economical. Far from economical mean it was not economical, expensive. Okay, so this is another negative thing, that the car is expensive. in a sense that it costs a lot of money, like to pay for the fuel. So high fuel consumption, the answer is C, number 2. Okay, it's far economical. Okay, it's like proved far from economical. I mean, it's not economical at all. It has high fuel consumption. It's expensive. It's costly. So that's why we choose number 2C. I hope it's clear. Yeah, someone is saying far from economical. Okay, so this mostly in IELTS listening, these like choose the like these kind of where you have multiple choice questions. This is considered very difficult. This is considered very difficult to decide which one is the right answer. So I just tried, mostly what I do, I try to go slow. So I don't know, for some people I might be very slow, or for some people I might be all right. I don't know. But as a whole, when I play the listening, I keep stopping in the middle, which I shouldn't. Okay.